The Mystery of the Forgotten Lover by Eugene Mathena. It was a crisp autumn morning when the Avery family decided to explore a lesser-traveled trail deep within the Appalachian Mountains of Virginia. The air was thick with the smell of damp earth and pine, and the forest seemed alive with the quiet whispers of nature. As they ascended the rugged path, the trail became less distinct, eventually disappearing into a labyrinth of trees and dense undergrowth. Hours passed, and the family realized they had ventured far beyond the marked trails. The sunlight dimmed, filtered through a canopy of ancient trees. Just as unease began to settle in, they stumbled upon a clearing, a small, forgotten glade that seemed untouched by time. In the center of the glade stood a crude wooden cross, weathered and leaning slightly, marking a lonely grave. Beside it lay a rusted sword, its blade half buried in the ground, and a small leather-bound book, its pages yellowed and fragile. The grave bore no name, only the simple inscription, "Here lies the dreamer who sought the phoenix." The family hesitated, unsure whether to disturb the somber scene. Curiosity won out, and the father gently opened the book. Inside was a single poem, written in an elegant yet trembling hand. The title read, "A Life's Pathway." The poem spoke of a man consumed by love, captivated by a vision of a woman he could never truly have. Her presence was vivid, her beauty a force of nature, but she remained just out of reach. His longing for her became his prison, a darkness that swallowed him whole. Yet, in his despair, he found a strange, dreamlike hope, a vision of a path leading to a phoenix, a symbol of rebirth and redemption. The final lines, however, struck the family as haunting. The man's piercing blue eyes, once filled with hope, had turned cold and jaded. His journey to capture the heart of the phoenix seemed less like a quest for love and more like an eternal struggle against his own despair. The Legend of the Dreamer. As the family read the poem, the forest around them seemed to grow quieter, as if the very trees were listening. Local legends spoke of this part of the mountains as a place people rarely returned from. Some claimed it was cursed, while others whispered of a man who had once lived there in solitude, driven mad by unrequited love. The story went that he had been a soldier, a wanderer who came to the mountains seeking peace after years of hardship. But peace eluded him. He met a woman, the lady, as the poem called her, whose beauty was like the mountains themselves, wild, untamed, and indifferent to the hearts of men. She was never his to love, and when she left, his soul fractured. The man retreated deeper into the wilderness, consumed by his longing. He wrote obsessively about her, about his visions of a paradise where they could be together. Yet, as the poem revealed, he also dreamed of a phoenix, a fiery creature that represented hope, renewal, and the possibility of a love reborn. But the phoenix was a mirage, just as the lady had been. The man's journey ended in the clearing where the family now stood. He died alone, his heart broken, his dreams unfulfilled. A haunting discovery. The family felt an unshakable sense of sadness as they closed the book. The clearing, with its grave and poem, seemed like a shrine to a man's undying love and tragic end. They left the glade, retracing their steps until they finally found their way back to the main trail. But they couldn't shake the feeling that they had been drawn there for a reason. The father, a historian, decided to research the poem's author, Eugene Mathena, and the legend of the dreamer. Yet no records of such a man existed, nor could he find any other mention of the lady or the mysterious phoenix. Some believe the poem was a message left behind to warn others of the dangers of chasing illusions. Others claim it was a love letter to a spirit that haunted the mountains. Whatever the truth, the story of the dreamer lives on, whispered among those who dare to wander too far into the Appalachian wilds. To this day, hikers who find themselves lost in the mountains speak of seeing a figure with piercing blue eyes, carrying a sword, searching endlessly for his phoenix. Here is the poem the family found: A Life's Pathway. He just stood there, captivated by her image, a stone's throw from her heart, basking in the warmth of her sunshine. He watched as the beautiful words she spoke flowed from her mouth, the water flowing down the stream of her figure. Her eyes glistened as the water gently ran over the stones of her brook. Her brown hair moves in the summer air, like trees swaying in the breeze. Her scent is like the honeysuckle. He was at peace. He could see as her stream gently branched into 5 separate paths with none for him to follow. Her image soon became distorted. It was only a reflection of his own imagination. A darkness began closing in. He opened his eyes. He was cold in confinement. The darkness was so thick he could touch it. He is in solitaire. She never loved him. Suffocating by darkness, he whispers, "I love you." A tear flows down his cheek. She can't help him now. Waking up, he slowly opens his eyes. Lying flat on his back in the sand, he is looking at a pristine blue sky. He can hear the ocean and feel a breeze coming from it. The palm trees move in the warm ocean air. He sits up, legs straight, the ocean waves almost reaching his rugged boots, his sword with him by his side. He looks around at his paradise. When then, turning to his left, he sees something that catches his attention. He begins to laugh hysterically. He says to himself, "It's my path, the path that I'm supposed to follow." Standing up, he walked to the top of the ridge. Looking over, he could see his path went on for hundreds of miles, bending and winding around the mountains along the way. He sees the phoenix rising. That is his future. He turns, looking at you, the reader. His piercing blue eyes have now become cold, dark, and jaded. He moves his step toward his future, with his sword in hand, with memories of the lady as his strength. He will not fail to win her love and affection. He will capture the heart of the phoenix. The end. Copyright 2021 to 2025. No distribution without written permission. Sharing is always okay though.